This is the Rocking RoadShow, the only show for bikers, by bikers. Jump on as we talk all things motorcycle, mates, accessories, weekly rides, bike nights, and more. With your host, Alvie.
Shit. Oh well. Didn't finish the intro. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. We are live. We're late because my computer decided to take a fucking day off and whatever. So,
Smile!
smile. We're live from the 1-3 bar. As always, I'm Alvie. Fucking woosah, woosah, woosah. Let's roll.
I'm the 1-3.
And we're live from the 1-3 bar, kicking it with the Rocking RoadShow. So, like I said, fucking live TV, right? You gotta absolutely love it. So, thank you for
Being patient.
being patient, and thank you to Lenovo for making such a wonderful piece of equipment. I love you to death. So,
That sounded like a little sarcasm there, bro.
it might be a little bit. So, anyhow, welcome to the show, guys. We've got a really good show, I think, today.
I think so.
We are. We got quite a bit to cover. So I think we'll start with the first thing, which was what we did over the weekend. We had a really cool time with some really cool people.
You mean the teddy bear run?
And we do mean the teddy bear run.
Outstanding.
So, for those of you guys that didn't see our video that we put up on Facebook, do yourself a favor. When the live feed is done tonight, just check out our video. It's the Teddy Bear Tour Run video. Put together just a quick, I don't know, it's like a 15-minute video or something.
Somewhere around 15 minutes. I tell you what, man, you did a good job editing that. That was really good. And Tony Cianci from Full Throttle Magazine put on a great event.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really well done. You know, we told, there's an interview with Tony from Full Throttle. Again, Tony, thank you for stepping in and giving us a few minutes of your time. We really, really do appreciate it. But yeah, you know, between him and Fran Hosh and the Tampa Harley-Davidson dealership there, what we were able to put together probably 500 bikes, maybe. It was a good amount of bikes.
There was a lot of bikes. I was not counting them.
Yeah, I wasn't counting, but it was quite a few. The Llama Motorcycle Club showed up in force, and those guys are always great. They're always at events, and they
helped us out a lot.
They helped us out with blocking roads and things like that to get us to the to St. Joe's Children's Hospital. So
that's right.
I was going to say St.
It's right there on MLK.
Yeah. So, but we were able to. God, I think we put together probably 5 or 6 3-foot by 3-foot high by probably 4-foot long and 3-foot wide bins of toys. I mean, just from teddy bears to remote control helicopters to, I mean, you name it. We covered the gamut.
And our buddy Phil, the guy with the gold ring, you see that horse that he brought?
Big ass horse that he brought.
Holy shit!
He made a little girl
very happy.
Very happy. Very happy. So Phil, if you're watching, good job on you, buddy.
Good job, man. That was awesome.
But yeah, man, it was a killer event. It was difficult at times.
I can recall a moment when I got sand in my eye.
Yeah, getting to the Children's Hospital. The ride over from Tampa Harley to St. Joseph's is pretty short. If it's 5 miles, I'm lying probably.
Yeah, dude, it was so close.
It's such a quick ride, but it was really cool because we pull in and all the bikes kind of wrap around. Everybody's honking horns and revving engines and everything, and what kids could come outside or wanted to come outside were out there kind of waiting with their family and their parents and whatnot.
IVs in tow.
Yeah, IVs in tow, man. I mean, it was brutal, man. Kids with hair missing and just, I mean, it was.
It was, I wanted to say sobering, but it was very.
Well, it's
humbling.
It's humbling. It's also one of those things that when you do something like that and you get yourself involved in things like that, you really truly get to see just how fortunate you really are.
Oh yeah.
And how fortunate your family is, because these kids are, they're kids, and they're going through probably the toughest thing ever.
But they don't know any better.
Yeah, they don't know any better.
They know.
They're there for the holidays. They're there for Christmas. They probably were there for Thanksgiving. It's just imagine being in a hospital, hemmed up.
Yeah, like that. And
during the holidays, that sucks.
A lot of them have this, all their lives, so they don't know anything different other than what they know nothing other than hospitals and doctors and nurses.
Yeah.
And this is their life.
Yep.
And it's like, wow. And for us to be able to just, for that brief moment.
Yeah, for a half a second, really. Just to be able to pull their minds and their thought processes and their attention, really is really what it is. Pulling their attention away from dragging that IV cart or what shot they're going to get today or whatever, but to be able to give that fraction of a second for somebody to to have something, put a smile on somebody's face. It was really cool. And like I said, Tony brought it up in the little bit that he came out and talked with us about, and the biker community always comes together in times of need. We're always there to help people. We do get a bad rap. We'll talk about a little bit about that here in a little bit too.
Yeah.
But we oftentimes get a bad rap. We get wrapped in with a lot of every biker is a dirty biker, and then you got to stay away from them. And the reality of it is don't get me wrong. There's bad people, and there's bad apples in every bunch. But for the most part, man, we're just normal people that just want to help out, and we have the means and the ability to do so. So we go out and we do it. We do it. So
and you know what? I don't know how many times that a parent actually thanked me.
Yeah.
At that event at St. Joseph's, and I was like, "You're welcome," but
yeah.
What else? I got nothing. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond except you're welcome.
Yeah, and it's really it's funny because it's like they're thanking us, but all we did was took the bikes out and went on a ride. We went and did what we wanted. We went and had some fun.
We bought some.
Yeah,
stuff
sure, but it's
spent a little bit of money, which was minimal. Minimal compared to.
Oh yeah, and I think between all the toys, there was also a cash donation that was going around. I want to say it got up to almost $400, if not $500 by the time it was said and done. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
So it's pretty cool. It was a great time.
That money. Just back you up a little bit. That money went to the teenage kids.
Right.
Because they don't want stuffed animals. They don't want the little things, So that money went to the teenage kids to buy them their video games and stuff like that.
All the stuff that the older,
just so you all know where the money went, and it did not go to anything else but those kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was a really good job. So, so for everybody that was involved, the organizers, the participants, the people over at St. Joe's for letting us do that. We thank you, and we were glad to be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely.
And like we said, it's going to happen again in July. We'll be there in July, and then it'll happen again next year in December. This will be a Rocking RoadShow event.
We'll make it.
We'll make it every time we can. So,
and well, that's like Bobby, our friend Bobby. He's 7 years.
He's been doing it. So. It's one of those things, man. You do it once, and you kind of you realize, being able to put somebody ahead of you.
Yeah.
And it's not. We always this time of year, we're always buying gifts for family, or you're buying, you know, I have
coworkers.
I'm really bad about shit during Christmas. I'll just buy the stuff that I want, you know, and
just in case.
Yeah, Kim gets pissed because she's like,
I can't buy you something.
You already bought what I was going to buy you. But it's super cool to be able to just go out.
But that's okay, Kim. You can buy it for me. Works, no problem.
So Teddy Bear Run was a killer time.
Yes.
A really, really good event. And like I said, I want to thank everybody that was involved with that, from organizers all the way down to the toys that went to the kids and put those smiles on their face. So
absolutely. I just saw Kenneth Ratcliffe on here. He's saying, "Hey, what's up?
Hey, Clute? What's going on?" Yeah, Clute. What's shaking, dude? So that's Rich, my buddy. He's up in North Carolina now.
Okay.
So hey, man, good to see you. Come back every Thursday, watch the show, share it with your friends. We're just here to have some fun. So, by the way, he's got for anybody else that's watching this, he also has a page. Rich he's a bit of a nomad. He just kind of goes around and travels the world.
Oh shit!
He just got back from Thailand and Japan not too long ago.
Oh really?
But he's got a page. We'll link your page, Rich, and so everybody can see it. But it's Rich's life, and he's got a pretty cool little deal going on.
That's awesome. He's saying that's why he never gets you anything either, because you know.
Yeah, I mean he knows how
buy your own shit.
He knows how it is. So the toy run was great. We had a blast, and can't wait to do it again. Really.
Oh, I know.
Can't wait to do it again.
July can't come fast enough. Well.
Yeah. No, I'm okay with. Give me some. Give me
a little bit of time.
Give me some time. Give me some. Let me get my emotions back in check.
Put your feels back in there.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Put your feels back. Put them away.
I need a little bit more cold weather before we start jumping into July again. So.
Man, it's gonna be hot, man.
Let's try and take it down even further. Let's take this emotional roller coaster that we're on after giving sick kids toys. Let's drop it down even further, and let's talk about something that's probably hit the national.
The AP wire, I guarantee.
Yeah, it's definitely national news. I'm pretty sure it's national news now, and it's about a woman that was on the back of a motorcycle out in Broward County. Middle of the night, apparently fell off a bike, and the asshole driving the bike fucking left her. Just
in the middle
didn't
of
stop. And this chick got ran over multiple times on 95 and subsequently passed away.
Yeah. So here's the kicker. It's on a Tinder date.
Wow.
Tinder date, got picked up at 10 o'clock at night at her house with two other couples.
See, that's the part of the story that doesn't make sense to me, but continue.
Two other couples. They went to dinner. Nobody knows where they went to dinner, but they know they went to dinner with the two couples. So you have, at a minimum, 3 bikes.
Right.
Right? 3 bikes, six couples.
Right.
One person falls off. Everybody takes off. What? No way.
Yeah, and I mean,
no fucking way.
There's some shit there, man. I don't know exactly. Nobody knows exactly what happened. I mean, from what I understand, it was in the middle of the night, early wee hours of the morning, kind of thing. Yeah. There's very little information going on or out there about the situation, so it's almost it almost makes you think if the other couples or the other groups or whatever were gone, or if it was, let's be honest, if it was a Tinder date, they probably hung out, went back to his place or whatever, and then he was taking her back home. Who knows? But this thing has hit national news at this point. It's a fucked up situation, man.
It is.
The girl's name is Jennifer St. Clair. She was 33. So I mean, a
lot of life to go.
A lot of life to go, man. And just senseless, man. Just fucking.
I just can't believe
and it's like you try and figure it out, right? You try and wrap your head around this situation, and the reality of it is there's no way. I mean, there's no excuse for it, man. And
it was an accident.
Yeah, I mean, it was an accident, right? Maybe she's never been on a bike. Maybe she has. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is as a rider, as a driver of that bike, that passenger is your responsibility.
Absolutely.
100%. There's absolutely nothing. If you're the right kind of rider, you're going to make sure that person that's on the back of your bike gets to wherever you're going safe and unharmed, right?
Exactly.
When you drop them off, you can go fuck off and pop wheelies and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But while that person is on the back of your bike, that person's your responsibility.
Yes.
And that, so if that chick falls off, either my guess is there's probably alcohol involved. She probably passes out, falls off the back of the bike. Dude is drunk, doesn't want to deal with what's going to happen.
Right.
Not making excuses here. I'm just
trying
to figure it out.
If
right?
he's drunk, he doesn't want to get a ticket.
Doesn't want a ticket.
DUI.
Doesn't want to go to jail. Whatever the case is, so he shags out. Which, eventually the guy's going to get fucking caught.
Yeah. Either his friends are going to say, "Yo, man, I got to roll on you."
Yeah.
You were out with me. How could you do that?
Right. That's the trippy part about it, man. Is that with all the people that were out with these two, and nobody still. This happened. Was it this? It was last night, right? Overnight last, or was it 2 days ago?
I think it was 2 days.
I think it's 2 days ago because I think I saw it yesterday before I left on my trip. So this happened 2 days ago, and the folks that were with this woman or with the this couple, nobody's come forward about it yet.
Yeah.
So
it was published 2011. December 11th. So that
yeah. So that's two days ago.
2 nights. Yeah.
So I guess what we're trying to do here, we're trying to help this family who now has the terrible situation on their hands where they have to bury one of their own children.
Right.
We're trying to put the word out there so that maybe somebody knows something and will fucking man up and say something. And I mean, hopefully this guy comes forward and says, "Yo, it was me. I'm sorry. I freaked out." It's not gonna change anything because I mean, dude, you're legit fucked. So, and rightfully so. But I saw an article where the family came forward and said they want to get the torches and the pitchforks out. And,
I wouldn't doubt it.
And I don't blame them at all. So, so from the Rocking RoadShow to the St. Clair family, I don't know if that's their name or not, but to the family of this young woman,
Jennifer St. Clair,
our hearts go out to you. It's a senseless, tragic accident, but it's an accident that has now turned into basically a homicide. So
it has, leaving the scene of an accident with
and then
injuries.
And then what you don't even think about are the folks that were in the cars.
Oh God!
That had no idea what happened. And here's to come back to our thoughts on humanity, right? That at least people out there are sensible. I think she was run over 3 times by 3 different vehicles, and all 3 vehicles stopped and came back to render aid and everything else. So, obviously by that point it's probably too fucking late. But at least those folks stopped. They called the police. They got everything going. So, but I mean, imagine being those people.
You know what, your buddy? You say his name's Rich.
Rich, yeah.
I'm calling him Kenneth.
Either one will work.
But that's what I have here, and I'm on the thing. He's saying, check Tinder messages. Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the dude's gonna get caught. There's absolutely no way he doesn't get caught.
Yeah.
It might take a few days, but they'll catch the guy, and they better freaking tune up old Sparky, if you know what I'm saying, man.
Man,
because that's just
that's even if he makes it that far.
Yeah,
I mean, it could eat at him so much that he does something that
does something different, right? Does something to himself.
Right.
So
we're
not condoning anything, but I'm just saying, it's a really, really sad situation.
It sucks, man.
It's
I mean,
I hate, it's one of those things, man. We talked about it last week with the helmet debate and everything else, right? You hate to see a rider down.
Absolutely.
And this goes above and beyond a rider down. This is one of our own leaving somebody just
to avoid punishment,
or whatever. Like,
come on,
sack up, fucking get yourself out there and tell, come forward. And,
you're in trouble. You're in
trouble. But I mean, really, dude,
it might be like we always tell our kids. You know what? If you tell the truth, you're punished. You're going to get punished.
Yeah.
But it might be less.
It might not be as bad as if you lie about it or whatever, man. So
with that,
we'll stick a pin in that. Yeah, I don't want to keep bringing us down. We started on a low note. We went lower. We're gonna change it up a little bit.
Yeah, man.
So let's go to something that I tell you what. We'll go to something the 1-3 found, and it was about a well-known motorcycle company.
Oh yeah,
is going to discontinue one of their premier.
Let's just say the fastest production bike since 1999.
There you go. And some of you may know what it is. Some of you may not know what it is. So here it comes. It is the Suzuki Hayabusa is no longer going to be made after December 31st, 2018.
Yep.
It is done. It is done.
Japan said they're not gonna do it.
And why is it done?
It is actually going to be not produced anymore because they're not going to be able to sell it in Europe. Because of the EPA regulations in Europe and such.
Yep.
It
was the Euro 4 emissions.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
The Euro 4 emissions. Companies were given 2 years to sell it out.
Right.
So whatever stock you have, whatever is remaining in your warehouses,
right. Or they could have built a newer engine. Engine to
with better emissions.
Right. To meet the new standards.
They're not going to do it.
No, and Suzuki came out and said no
because the Busa would never.
It wouldn't perform. It wouldn't be the same thing. So they just came out and said, no, we're not gonna change that. It is what it is.
Right.
And we're just gonna stay with it.
Now, I am going to go back to what I said about 2 years to sell out the remaining stock.
Right.
That's in every other country except England.
Right.
Europe. You cannot in Europe. In I guess it was England itself, maybe Europe. Europe. I'm going to read real quick. Anyway, yeah. In Europe, you are not going to be able to get this bike after December.
Right. Well, yeah, because and here, the question is, can you still ride one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not going to meet the emission standards.
But it would be grandfathered in.
Right.
So you would have to.
So they are going to do that.
You just can't get new ones.
You just can't get a new one.
And you'll still be able to buy them in the States.
Right.
You'll still
until they run out. Because they're not making any more at all. Right.
You're still going to be able to buy them in. I wrote this down too. In India until 2020.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
India until 2020.
That's interesting.
But Japan's done. Europe says nope, no more. You cannot. You can't buy them after December 31st. You're done.
So
sell them in our country.
So an interesting little side note to that too is that Suzuki did renew the trademark on the Hayabusa name. So there could be a new iteration of the Hayabusa.
I missed that one.
Yeah, so that's kind of an interesting deal. It's actually, I mean, that I would say outside of the Gixxer, the Hayabusa is probably the most famous Suzuki out there. I mean, there's a ton of those bikes out, so it's interesting that they're just gonna let it go, because to be honest with you, usually Europe is a little bit ahead of the game on the on emissions control and things like that. So I wouldn't doubt very
California's
much
next.
that
They're
the
going to
US,
stop selling them in California.
right? That the U.S. is probably not far behind that. So,
and I'm going to correct myself. It says it will be illegal to sell across Europe.
Okay.
Anyway, not just England. So across Europe. All across Europe.
Okay. So that, I mean, that's a huge blow to. I take that back. That's not a huge blow to Suzuki, man. But for a bike that's been around since, the first Hayabusa was rolled off the line in '99. Go figure. Take that. So for almost 20 years, you had, it was a flagship for Suzuki. So
just clarify it as a sports utility bike and call it a day. All right, Rich, that's good.
That's not a bad idea. So so the Hayabusa is no
Done.
more. It is all on the way out the door.
Yep. The production will be halted in Japan. America still sell the bikes. India will only sell them until 2020 if their stock's available. If they don't have any, done.
So
all you Busa riders,
yeah, man, get your parts now, because after they sell out of their parts, they're done. So
don't they have to?
But it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be a collector's item here after a while.
Oh,
after
hell
too
yeah.
long, but.
So if anybody wants a new Busa, go get it.
Yeah, go get it now. You got what, about 11 more days, and you'll be good to go.
In Europe, anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. You can still get them in the States, but they're going to stop production at the end of the year. So kind of springboarding off of Suzuki not making the Busa anymore. I kind of thought about, okay, well, if the Busa's not coming out in 19, what bikes are coming out in 19 that are going to be that are fun looking and that are going to be an interesting ride? So I had an order. I was going to do this, but I'm going to change my order just because I wanted to keep the theme of Suzuki alive. So Suzuki has decided. And some of you guys may remember this bike. I do, because it was kind of outside of the Ninja.
Right.
The Suzuki Katana was the bike that everybody was like, oh, because it was a small bike.
Right.
It's not a very beefy bike.
My brother used to have a Katana.
Did he really?
Yeah, it got stolen in California.
It doesn't surprise me. It's a little bike,
Yeah.
But yeah, so Suzuki's going to bring back the good old Katana.
That's awesome.
What's
it look like?
Yeah, as you can see, it's going to pop up here in a sec. But as you can see, it doesn't really look much like the old Katana did.
No.
It's got some really weird little angles on it. But it's pretty. I mean, it's a pretty looking, pretty sporty looking bike.
Stretched out little thing.
Yeah, man. So it was. It's been 13 years since the Katana was made.
Is that an inline 4? Yeah.
It is
It looks like
a
an
inline
inline
4. Yep.
Look at that, man.
It is. It's going to come out. It's they call it sleek 80 styling. I don't know what the hell that means, but.
Well, it kind of well, you're a little younger than me, but yes, it kind of has the it's reminiscent of the old 80s bikes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish they would have brought back the fairing for the old
big fairing.
Yeah,
and all that.
I don't know why. It just kind of
comes around.
Yeah,
like that.
it just kind of holds you in there, right? But they're gonna put the 998cc inline 4, like 1.3 was able to pick out there. They're pulling it basically off of their run of
Really?
the GSXR, the Gixxer 1000 from the 05 through 08.
So Bobby used to have a Katana 600.
Oh, no shit.
It was his Navy ride.
There you go.
Yeah. Was it blue?
So yeah, it's gonna be a cool little bike, man. It's a, like you said, inline 4, basically 1,000 cc's. It's a 6-speed tranny, 147 horse and 79 foot-pounds. I'm
looking. It looks like it's got a 4. Is that a 4 and a 1, or is it split at the bottom there and maybe switches to dual? Because if I'm looking at the picture here, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, I can't really tell.
I mean,
it
it's
looks
a cool
like a
little
4
bike.
to 1.
It's kind of reminiscent now looking at it of like a BMW or something. You know?
Yeah, see that was my thought. Yeah. The
Beamers look, with that kind of a
very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the price hasn't really been listed yet.
Red.
And they're going to go on sale in April of next year.
Oh.
So that'll be the
$29.99. No.
You get rid of one perennial Suzuki bike and you bring back another one. So I thought that was kind of cool that they're going to bring back the Katana.
They were talking about getting rid of the Gixxer in 2017. So
yeah, well, we'll see if we'll see what happens there. So off of Suzuki to probably one of the I think in the sport bike world, these guys make a phenomenal, outstanding, beautiful looking sport bike, and that's our friends over at Ducati. Ducati is coming out with a new one called the pardon the pronunciation, but it's the Panigale, I think is how you would say it.
What?
My Italian's a little off here today, but the new Ducati Panigale V4R. It's built for one purpose.
Go fast.
Yeah, to go fast. They built it to beat the World Superbike Championship winner, which is a Kawasaki.
Really?
And bring the championship back home to Italy. Wow. Obviously, it's decked out in the Ducati red, which is, that bike looks bike looks amazing.
But isn't aren't all Ducatis red?
Yeah, they're all red. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ferrari red.
Yeah, that's what you get. But
hey, I want a red car. Okay.
Yeah. It's got the same. No. It's got the same V4 engine. They just downsized it from the 1200 cc's that they put on the track, and they brought it down to 1000 cc's, so 998. Yeah.
So there's your full fairing gimmicks. You put that on the.
There you go.
Katana, right?
But it's like I said, 1000 cc's. It's got a 6-speed tranny, 209 horsepower, 83 foot-pounds of torque. The bike will be in March of 19.
It's not that far, so Rich, you can get one.
And for all of you guys that are in line to get yourself a Ducati, be ready to pony up 40 G's for this motherfucker. So
Rich says there's a black one.
Is there a black one? Well, there you go.
He says there are black ones. So
if you have 40 G's,
you can have that.
You can have one.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of coin for a bike.
But hold on. What do we ride?
Yeah,
but all right. Different bikes.
Different bikes.
All right. We have our baggers.
Sure.
But, the high end of our baggers.
Right, the high end of our baggers are in 40, 50, 60, 70s. So, yeah, that's what you get, if you want a premium bike, you're going to pay premium prices, right?
And there it is. So now looking at it that way, it's not out of reach for most people.
No, and it's one of those things that there's a market for it or they wouldn't have made it, right?
Absolutely.
So
Rich has got to get rid of one of his other vehicles.
Yeah, I got to get rid of a couple to get that one though. All right, so what?
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah,
40K.
So Ducati made that bike to compete against our next bike, and that's the Kawasaki Ninja. And Kawasaki is bringing out the Ninja again, and this one is the ZX10R, ZX10RR.
It's green.
It's green. It's a good old Cowie green. Can't go wrong with Cowie green. I'm a little partial to Cowie green because I rode a Cowie for a long time. Mine was black, but
you know what's funny? I had a black Ninja 250, and that's what my wife learned how to shift gears on.
There you go.
Now that talk about trying to learn how to ride a bike.
Yeah,
you're on that.
You're
over.
into it. You're into it.
It was fun.
So like I said, this is the bike that holds the championship right now in the Superbike. So Ducati's making their bike to compete against this one here. So very similar in size and displacement, things like that.
998. Yeah.
It's working on a 4-stroke inline 4-cylinder as well. It's 4 valves, liquid cooled. So that's I think that's a little different. Aren't they mostly air cooled? I don't know.
I'm not much.
I don't know. I haven't seen very many liquid cooled sport bikes, but maybe I might be misspeaking there. But 1,000 cc's, 6-speed tranny, and they're keeping the specs close to the cuff there. They don't have numbers on horsepower, torque, or top speed as well.
No, so they're like being quiet.
They're being a little quiet about it. They still don't have a release date for it yet. And here's a funny little side note. Ducati is trying to compete against Cowie for the championship. Ducati's bike, $40,000.
Yeah.
Cowie's bike, $24,899. So
25.
just about half price.
Yeah, man.
And you can get the bike that holds the championship as of right now.
Right.
So,
you can get the faster bike.
So go for it, right? So there you go. So Cowie's bringing out the ZX10RR. So that's gonna be a killer bike.
It's a badass looking bike.
It looks kick ass, man. I'd ride it.
I just can't do that anymore. I can't lean over like that. I have to sit up. My back's
It's definitely not a comfortable ride. There's no doubt about it. You're not going very far on it.
I have this thing in front of me.
It gets in the way.
It looks like the tank can be split. Maybe we can take that section off.
Just move it around.
And then I can put this thing right here on that.
So, finishing out the sport bike category here. 1-3 thinks this one is hideous.
Oh God!
I think it's kind of interesting.
Interesting. All right.
It is the Yamaha Niken. The Yamaha Niken is looking to redefine the 3-wheeler concept. It's a 3-wheel bike, as you can see. One tire in the rear, and it's got 2 tires up front, 2 forks. The front end is wicked as hell. I watched a couple videos of this bike running down the street. It's cool as shit. It really looks cool as hell.
I don't know, man.
I don't know what the stability on that bike is. I don't know if it's going to be comparable to putting yourself on a Can-Am or a trike. But it is a really cool way to be on 3 wheels and being able to manipulate the bike as if it was a 2-wheel bike.
You know what? I don't know, man. Coming into a turn. I mean, it looks like you definitely got more wheel surface on the ground.
And I mean, it says here too that if you're a little bit nervous bending a bike into a corner because of traction, hitting gravel, oil, such and such. The 2 wheels double the size of the front contact patch for greater safety and traction.
How much lean can you get into this though? I mean, because I turn, and I'm dragging pegs.
Yeah, right? And I mean, I think I'm imagining the video that I saw. You're not dragging a knee or anything like that. You know, you're not.
I can on my bagger.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, not to say that you couldn't, but yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it. Like I said, I think it's a cool concept. It's definitely different.
Yeah, Bobby's saying you're not getting that front end off the ground.
No, probably not. There's that. But I think
I bet you some idiot would try it.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. But there's also I don't think that they're going to market that bike to guys are going to try and get the front end off the ground. Just a thought. I don't know.
But you're going to get one of those idiots that's going to ride the damn thing, and they're going to try it.
Oh, of course they're going to try it. Why wouldn't you try it?
They're going to be like, you know what? If this has the power to do it,
yeah.
I mean, Who would have thought you could get Harley straight up? Okay, especially the Road Glide.
Yeah, somebody's done it. I've seen it done.
I've seen it done too, and it scares the shit out of me.
So with that, this the Yamaha is going to have it's going to be liquid cooled as well, inline 3 cylinder, not an inline 4.
Balance it out. With
yeah, I guess.
Wheels,
so it's all the front end that you had to get rid of a cylinder. It's 847 cc, so call it 850. It's a 6-speed. No horsepower number, but it's 64.
They don't want to put it out there.
64.5 foot-pounds of torque, though. I mean, that's a torquey motor.
Yeah. That's to get it moving.
Yeah, it's probably pretty heavy, I'd imagine.
Look at that front end.
But
it doesn't say the weight on there?
No, it doesn't. But it comes out. I'm sorry, it's already out, and it's really 16,000, 15,999. So,
really?
Yeah. So not a terrible price for a 3-wheel.
That's because the Can-Am's like 20 grand, 25 grand.
Like I said, I don't know comparatively speaking how it compares, ride wise to other 3-wheels, Can-Am's and trikes. Like I said, this one you can manipulate like it's a 2-wheel. So a little bit different way of riding riding 3 wheels.
Right on. It's ugly as hell, and I don't want to. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I may ride it. I agree with you, Bobby. It is. I'm not going to say badass, but yeah, it is at least worth one ride.
Yeah, I mean, you get out there and check it out and see how it runs and go from there.
And getting with Rich there saying, yeah, I would like to try to lean.
Yeah.
You got a chicken strips. You're never gonna hit a chicken strip on that.
No, probably not. So like I said, we wrap up the sport bike with the interesting Yamaha.
Well, give me something else, something more in art.
So here's more me and Bobby's speed. This is the new Harley-Davidson FXDR 114. Actually saw one of these at the dealership Saturday.
Did you really?
Yeah, and it's a good looking bike, man. If I'm being honest, it's a little bit too much plastic for me on a Harley or on a on a cruiser, so to speak.
And I mentioned that exhaust has to fucking go.
Yeah, the exhaust is kind of funky looking, and it'll make sense. It'll make sense with the next bike that I put on here. Why they're kind of playing off the same kind of lines there. But this article that pulled this up says it's not your typical Harley, which is most certainly not.
No, it is pretty though.
It's a good looking bike, but like I said, I for me it's a little too much plastic, a little too plasticky.
Well, they're trying to go, to be competitive with the Japanese
for sure
market. I'm sure.
It's interesting that a lot of people think that this was made to replace the V-Rod, which if you look at the V-Rod and you look at the FXDR, there's a little bit of similarity there. So that would be kind of interesting, an interesting way of looking at it. It's got 34 degree rake, so it's a little out there.
Richard's like, ooh, that's like your bike's made one that I would ride.
There you go.
Okay. I'm sorry I couldn't really get, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm trying to get...
Yeah, no, keep everybody involved.
Bobby, he said, he saw that one's a nice ride, but Rich wants to know if that one's 40 grand too.
It is not 40 grand. It's not close to 40 grand either.
No?
No. It's, we'll get there in a sec. It's got the Milwaukee 8, the V-twin Milwaukee 8. It's displacing 1,868 cc's.
Really?
So it's probably it's the 114.
It's got the big engine,
the 114 in it. So it's
it's not the biggest because they got a 117 right now.
It's 6 speeds, 119 foot-pounds of torque, no horsepower number, and it is available now.
Yep.
And if you want it in vivid black, it's $21,349.
That's not bad.
And if you want it in the colors, and I'm not sure how many colors are available, but they're asking $21,749. So, what extra?
Little extra for the colors.
For the colors. So,
not
that terrible, but
that bike would be pretty in that orange.
That orange
that we saw.
Yep.
That bike would be awesome in that.
So the reason, and this is why I was saying the reasoning behind the funky ass exhaust is to compete with another American, well, not technically American.
It's not American made.
I
know where you're going.
A Canadian-made bike. It's the brand new Indian FTR 1200.
Used to be an American company.
But now this bike, this is an interesting bike to me, man. I kind of dig it.
Yes, Rich, you can join our rides if you change out your crotch rocket for one of those. However, you don't have to, man.
No,
you can come
anytime.
Any bike.
So this offering to us from Indian is it takes its roots from the flat track racing, so you can kind of see the old flat track bikes in there. It's modeled after the Scout FTR 750, which is the Indians championship dirt track racer. So it's super cool. I've seen videos, or I'm sorry, not videos, but I've seen pictures of this. It's got a really cool dash,
right?
Speedo and all that stuff. Really, really cool bike. It's a 4-cylinder. It's 1203 cc, 6-speed, 120 horses, 85 foot-pounds of torque, and this one's coming in at $12,999.
Really?
That's for the 1200. The 1200S is $14,999, and then the FTR 1200S race replica is $15,999. So, a couple different levels of bike there.
Same bike, different levels.
Right. Kind of like, Street Glide Special, Ultra, CVO, so forth and so on. So, I don't know, man. I kind of like it. I think it's cool. I like the throwback to the dirt track.
I like that, man. That looks good. You put some knobbies on that thing. Let's go.
I hear it's a pretty comfortable little ride too. So I'd ride the shit out of it. I think it's cool as hell.
You know what? I didn't care for Indian, but I like that one.
It's a good looking bike.
I know Bobby was looking at. I think there was a Scout. Was it an Indian Scout?
Yeah, the Scouts are really good looking bikes too.
Out there, and I just didn't care for that.
You didn't care for it.
But this one I like.
I like it. I think it's gonna be a kick-ass ride.
Trying to see the exhaust. It looks like it's 4 and a 2. If you say it's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah, I think it's a 4 and a 2. I think that's what I said. 4-cylinder.
You did say 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
Because I don't see anything on the other side. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really.
Good looking bike.
So, so the last bike that came up is a little kind of a throwback to a little nostalgia.
I love this bike.
So what this bike is Honda's come out with the Honda Monkey.
The mono.
It's a fucking funny ass name, and the reason the name came up was it was modeled after, it was originally created for an amusement park ride. And it got its name because from the way people looked as they were riding it, people said they looked like monkeys riding on a motorcycle. Yeah.
Right. All right. Daniel Morera's in here.
Hey, Dan, what's up, bud?
Hope I didn't butcher your name, but what do y'all think the best bike for beginning riders? He's always heard that the Ducati Monster, but what are our thoughts?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that bike that's on the screen right there.
Yeah. The good old Honda Monkey.
That's actually not a bad bike for a beginner. It's 100. Would you say
125?
125 cc.
Yeah.
It's a decent bike for around the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't take it on a highway.
No.
But hey, if that's what you're looking to do,
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna finish the stats here, and then we'll go back and answer Dan's question, because that's an interesting question. I think we can spend a little bit of time on that.
Yeah.
So for the Honda Monkey here. Kind of looks like an old Trail 50.
I think it looks like the 50.
Yeah,
it's
so
a bigger version,
a little bit bigger, but it's air cooled, single cylinder, 4-stroke, like we said, 125 cc, 4-speed tranny, and it's coming in at $3,999, and if you want ABS, it's at $41.99.
Get it with the ABS, man. What the hell?
Why not? And it's on sale now. So that was our little pick me up to get us back into happier times. So I hope you guys enjoyed the little run through bikes coming out in 19.
2019. Well, some are available now, but they are for 2019.
Right, most of those are 2019 models. So going back to Dan's question, what is a good starter bike?
Well, Bobby says his 250 he's trying to sell.
That's not a bad one, right?
It's actually not.
My first bike was a 1600cc freaking Kawasaki Vulcan Classic.
Right.
That's what I learned. That's the first thing I rode on. But obviously, it's a little ridiculous.
It's got a lot of throttle to it.
Right.
A little bit.
No, I mean, something small.
I don't think anything less than a 500, to be honest. That's me. You're a new rider. You're going to learn on a 250 wherever you train.
go.
So you learn on a 250, but you don't want to buy that bike. No. Sorry, Bobby. You don't want to buy a 250. All right? Because you're going to grow out of it in months.
Yeah.
You get something 500 or better.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You're going to grow out of it in a year.
Mm-hmm.
All right? You're going to want a bigger bike. But at least you have enough power to get you out of any situation.
I like it. Yeah.
All right? Because you're going to need, believe it or not, you're going to need that power to maneuver you. Most of the time when you're trying to get out of something, it's some dumbass trying to come into you. You need to crack the throttle and get away from it.
Right.
That's where you're at.
Yeah.
And that's my thinking.
Yeah.
And from riding since 1972.
Yeah.
And I started on a little 50 like that.
Yeah.
But that's where I end up.
No, I think you make some valid points there. I think anything smaller than a 500, you're just not going to have enough
go, man.
Enough go. So with that, I mean, you're looking at 500. So I mean, you could find the small, the small end ninjas.
Yeah, I mean
katanas.
Yeah, whatever you want to ride, and there's the other thing.
Yeah, what are you looking to ride? Do you want to ride a crotch rocket? Do you want to be on a metric? Do you want to be on a you're not a bagger, but a cruiser or whatever you want to call them?
Size has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Kim just brought up a good point. She says you're a big boy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're not going to get on a 250, obviously.
Right.
If you're Kevin's size, Alvie's size here, you're not going to get on a 250.
Right.
It's going to look.
It's going to look goofy. You're going to look like a monkey.
And on the other hand, you can be me on my road glide, looking like a little person.
So I mean, I think what we're trying to say, Dan, is I don't know that there is not one bike, right? There's not one specific bike for beginners.
She says, "Damn, you're old, Bobby." All right, yeah, I'll be pulling double nickels next year.
Whoa. So, so I don't like I said, there's not one single bike. No. Something bigger than or something right around the 500 cc
500
motor,
cc range, and then
I would probably 500 to 800 range is probably a good starting place, depending on size of the person. I would personally probably go up to an 800 just because. And then pick, find what you want to ride. Or you want to be on a crotch rocket, or you want to be on a, do you want to kick back and relax?
Yes, Kim, I have been riding since 1972. And Bobby, I'm sorry. I know you have 3 in the garage and it is a bit tight. I know you have no room for your next chop, but I think that 250 should be your chop. I'm sorry. I know you got a good amount of money in it, but you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chop that sucker up, man.
Let's build a bike out of it.
Yeah.
So
there, go back to the question, Dan. Personal preference is a lot of it. How you feel on the bike, comfort is the biggest thing. You want to be very comfortable on the bike first.
I just thought of that, and Bobby was there too. The kid coming out of Harley-Davidson this weekend.
Oh my gosh!
On the bike, I don't think the kid has ever ridden a bike. I don't know. He looked so nervous and so U-turn that took 7 fucking lanes to make the turn, and all of us were just standing there Oh my God, don't crash.
Is he going to die?
Oh my God, don't crash.
No,
it was
you had,
so
you
bad.
had all the cars coming.
Yeah.
So first he waited and waited and waited with 4 other bikes behind him that weren't with him.
Yep. Yeah.
And there was that one guy on the bagger there, and he's like, "Come on!" You could see him.
Yeah.
Then when the little kid, finally made that turn,
gone. So he wasn't. I can't remember what he was on. It looked like a V-Rod or something. It was that kind of that size or something like that. So it might have been too much bike for him. But anyways, we're kind of getting close on time here. So I wanted to fast forward a bit and talk about hopefully what me and 1-3 are going to get to do this weekend.
Yes.
And I say hopefully because as of right now, weather doesn't look very good for this event. But we'll see what happens.
Well, it's supposed to be mid Friday, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Just tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
We'll
so
see.
Saturday looks supposed to be a beautiful ride.
Well, we'll see.
We're just going to be optimistic and say,
we're going to be optimistic because I really, we've been talking about this. This ride has come up in conversation several times. It's something that is near and dear to me and 1-3's heart.
Absolutely.
As you can see going across the screen there, it is the Flags Across America. I'm sorry, Wreaths Across America.
Yeah.
And I think I might have.
Why did you put flags?
I know. I put flags, didn't I?
It's
Wreaths Across America, not Flags Across America. I was looking to buy a flag for my bike when I made this slide, and whatever. So it's Wreaths Across America, not Flags Across America. But Wreaths Across America is a super cool ride where I think it's going to start at Florida Polytechnic.
Yes.
And then we're gonna ride from there. It's a police escorted ride, and we're gonna ride from there to the National Cemetery in Bushnell.
Bushnell's now.
And basically, you go in, you sponsor a wreath, and you go and lay a wreath on a grave of a fallen veteran.
Yep.
So, and of course, all these veterans in these national cemeteries, some were lost. And some were KIA.
Yep.
Some were MIA that became KIAs. Some of them were just guys who retired and led a full life and passed away and wanted to be buried in a national cemetery. So.
And they're just veterans. You don't have to retire to get a spot there.
Right. Exactly.
There are certain criteria as veterans that you have to meet.
Sure.
That I believe you met. I know
yeah,
I've met.
You have to be honorably discharged.
Basically, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's certain criteria.
Yep.
So I will have a place there. You will have a place. My buddy Bobby will have a place. But I lay a wreath every year on my stepfather's grave. And I ain't gonna say that sand gets in my eye. Damn right, I downright cry when I do that too. It's just there's no lying about that one. And this will be my 3rd year doing this. And awesome. This year I was contacted by some Key West people that cannot make it up to Bushnell.
Okay.
And she asked me to place wreath at her parents' graves.
Oh, perfect.
So I'll be doing that as well. So I'll have a couple other spots to go to.
A couple extra spots.
It is a tearjerker. It's an amazing event. And when we say there's thousands of bikes, there's thousands of bikes.
Yeah.
We sat there at the intersection our first year when I went up with Bobby and Ray. We sat at the intersection of 50 and 301. The cop pulled up, stopped traffic. So we stopped there and we're all sitting on our bikes going, all right, this won't take too long.
Yeah.
We ended up shutting the bikes off, putting the kickstands down, standing up, watching. Minimum 20 to 30 minutes. Bobby can verify this. I mean, it was just crazy.
Just bike after
bike, side by side.
Yeah.
They're not. They were staggered and side by side. I mean, it was just 20 to 30 minutes of bikes going by.
That's awesome.
And then the cop says, "You guys, jump in."
Let's go. Yeah.
So he jumped us in before the trailer, and we went out there. And what an amazing ride!
Yeah.
It's just It's a great thing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This will be my first Race Across America, so I'm looking forward to it. Really am.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm hoping the weather holds out for us, but
rain or shine, baby.
We'll see what happens. Obviously, it'll be a rain or shine. Whatever, you don't try to say. So we'll hopefully be able to put together another video like I did for the toy run.
Bring your damn GoPro.
I will bring the GoPro this time.
Bobby, you too.
I had it set out for me to take, and I walked past it, and so I'll make sure I throw it on the bike. We'll get some video of actually riding. I was pissed. I don't know if you remember when we were riding after we left the Big Lots, and I got out on the side and rode past you guys.
Yeah.
That video. I guess I hit the wrong button or something. It never recorded.
You had a couple of those.
No, yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh, you suck, man.
I know, man. I didn't have my photographer with me. So.
What do you mean you're gonna miss it, Kim?
Yeah, she's got to go to Orlando to go wedding dress shopping with her sister.
Bullshit. No. This is more important. She can get married any other time.
So so we're looking forward to that event. It'll be another tough one to do.
Oh yeah,
2 weeks in a row.
It is,
but it'll be well worth it, and we're happy to be able to do it.
Oh, your Bobby's rain gear is going to be in my bag.
Speaking of,
yeah, come get your stuff.
you and Ray have got some shit in this man's bike. You need to come and fucking pick it up. Just saying.
That's funny, man, because I have to say, because Bobby used to have a bagger.
Yeah.
And my shit would be in his bag.
Oh,
hey, can you hold my jacket? Yeah, man, no problem. Put it right here.
How times have changed. So we're running up against it now. I didn't get a good updated events slide, so I won't throw it out there, but I will say that obviously we have Wreaths Across America that's happening Saturday. And for everybody out there not in Florida, this is a national event.
National event. It happens on the 15th.
Happens on the 15th, every 15th of every year. It's a national event, so wherever you guys go to find your biker events, we're working on trying to get a national calendar put together, so to speak. But I'm sure if you just find your local biker magazine or whatever,
they'll have it.
It'll be
Go online.
Go online.
Wreaths Across America. Their website is amazing. By the way, Fran Hosh.
Yep, she
was sponsored. She went up there not too long ago. I guess probably a week or two ago, and she did a tour and did an amazing 20-minute video.
Yeah.
That we
shared.
We did share it. So we shared
Facebook,
it. So go back and look through it and see if you can find that. It's a tearjerker, and she sponsored a tree in Ron Galetti's from Born to Ride TV and magazine for his father.
Okay.
She sponsored a tree.
Oh, that's cool.
That was just amazing, and she sponsored another one. I'm sorry, I don't know who it was for, but yeah, it was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Rich wants to trade your GoPro for his 7 Black. So he can see the ride. He wants the stabilization. He wants to see the. He's serious. He wants to see this.
Yeah, so I'll get it. I'll get it out to you, Rich. It does a pretty good job with the stabilization. Depending on where you put it, I have 2 mounts. I have one for my helmet, and then I have one on the front fairing. The front fairing one, you get a little bit of vibration, but it's really not bad. I'm surprised at how good it does. So I have the Hero 6. So. It does a phenomenal job. But so Wreaths Across America on Saturday. We have the Key West poker run that's coming up on the 12th of January, I believe it was.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then, of course, the quintessential one that we're gonna continue to pimp out, like we said, is the Bike Expo.
The Full Throttle Magazine.
Bike Expo. Burst Barracuda, Eric Warren. By the way, thank you, Eric, for the likes. Again, it's going to be a killer event.
It's going to be an amazing event.
I think everybody watching this that's not in Florida needs to come to Florida in February for that event.
Absolutely.
And we'll have a fucking badass Rocking RoadShow party at that event.
Hell yeah.
I'm just saying, you got plenty of time to plan for it. Make it happen. By the way, on a side note, completely unrelated to Rocking RoadShow, since Dan is on here listening, brother, I apologize. I will not be able to make your party in Vegas this year.
Oh, no.
I will be in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl for Notre Dame.
That's a hop, skip, and a jump,
taking on Clemson in the Cotton Bowl.
But you're going to be on you have a puddle jumper.
Yeah, it's not my puddle jumper. So I apologize, buddy. Happy birthday. And we all do definitely have to get together. Like I said, completely side note. But anyways, February would be a good time to come down. Just saying.
Come over, check it out, because there's 10 acres.
Yeah.
Bert's Barracuda, Harley-Davidson, their new complex, 10 acres, with national bands, everything, free event. And they're giving away a Harley-Davidson Road Glide, 2009 Harley-Davidson Road Glide.
Beautiful paint job.
Eric Warren is just freaking amazing.
Just killer.
It is. And this is another sad one here I'm going to go to real quick, and I'm sorry about that.
We're going to bring it down right before we end this?
Right before we end. I have to,
man.
Bitch. I should have done this with the other part, but this is for Eric Parisi.
Yeah.
Eric Parisi, 17-year-old high school kid from, Spring Hill High. He passed away this week. I'm sorry, I don't have the date, but there is a celebration of life and skate fundraiser. The kid was really into roller skating and stuff.
Yeah, he worked at the skating rink up there.
So Locomo Skate and Dance Party, which is going to be happening on Tuesday, December 18th, 6 to 8:30 p.m. If you're up in that area, go there. If you don't skate, just throw the $5 out.
Throw them the $5, help a family out.
What's that going to hurt? It's just a sad day. Kid was a biker. He was just starting out and lost his life.
It's unfortunate.
But a portion of the door proceeds will benefit the Parisi family. I guess it's gonna be split up for some reason, but
probably just to
subsidize.
Skate rink can make some money too, but
just do it.
So go out and support that family. Another thing, I'll bring it up.
Bring it back up.
I'll bring it back up before we close it down. The last thing that we wanted to get out was the U.S. Senate has passed a law. Or I'm sorry, take that back. They didn't pass a law. They passed a resolution for the motorcycle anti-profiling resolution. So basically, the long and short is, in 2015, Congress acted to ban a federal highway funding for motorcycle-only checkpoints. They recognized that federal funds were better spent on highway safety for everybody.
Oh, that makes sense.
So now the Senate has taken an even bigger step, and they are going to help end the discriminatory and ineffective practice of profiling motorcyclists.
What, you saying that cops profile motorcyclists?
I'm not saying I've never really been profiled, but I know it happens.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it was. The resolution recognizes that significant increase in motorcycle registrations in the past 20 years, and points out that half of motorcycles surveyed believe they've been profiled by law enforcement at least once.
Wow.
The resolution also acknowledges that motorcyclist profiling occurs across the nation. Obviously, profiling means the illegal use of the fact that a person rides a motorcycle or is black or is Asian or whatever, that they're prone to certain activities, right? So,
right, and that's like having a cut on.
Yeah, so like it basically is going to stop the ability of law enforcement to just pull you over because
you wear a cut.
You're wearing a cut, or you're on a bike or whatever. Search.
So does that mean that bars can't do it either?
I think bars are still going to be able to do it. There's a little bit different.
They won't let you in, man. You wear a cut.
A little bit different reason for that one, though. So I thought that was cool.
It is cool. It's absolutely outstanding.
So we'll be able to ride even. It's like going back to the toy run, right? we do so much for the we do so much for the community as a whole. Stop fucking with us.
Yeah, but you got to remember, going back to the toy run. Look, I've seen Renegades. I've seen Outlaws.
Everybody comes
I've
together.
seen them all with teddy bears and everything. And so, I mean, those guys have big hearts too.
Yep, absolutely.
And anything for the kids, they're
people,
there.
man.
I can guarantee it. So
they're people. They just, they have a little bit more fun than some of us is all.
We'll leave it at that.
We'll leave it at that. So
hell yeah, man. I got nothing against anybody that rides.
Absolutely
anybody,
not.
Man, it's cool.
If you're on 2 wheels, mi familia.
Right on, man.
So with that, guys, thanks for sticking with us tonight. We obviously had all kinds of bullshit happening early on in the show, trying to get everything going. That's why we're a little bit late tonight. So thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for sticking through all the headache. And as always, man, it was a blast.
It's always fun.
We'll be back here again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Hell yeah.
Keep it rocking.
Rubber side down, baby.
We'll see you guys. Bye-bye now.
Later.